is a real positive thing for our program. We know that we're not going to see another team that has that type of size or athleticism, and even that well coached all year long. So it's, if you have to add up the plus and minuses for us in comparison, Gary, Coach Waters is doing us a great favor by doing this. Of course, we bring our fans, so we try to help them out a little bit too. And and we're happy with that. It was fun just having, seemed like we had a pretty good group of people there too. Considering it's an exhibition game. Other things. What's nice is because it's an exhibition, we can play the style of play we want. We don't have to worry about, trying to keep the score close. We don't have to, try to figure out some more, miraculous way of beating Cleveland State. We're gearing everything towards our independent and our league schedule, and this allows us to do so. So that's another thing that helps us. Gives us a dress rehearsal, which is kind of neat also.
How about what you got out of Matt tonight?
With Matt Crozier?
8 of 9, 6 of 6.
Yeah, I thought, so great effort. I thought him and Corey Shantz really played very well in that. And the kids from Cleveland State, what's number 3's name? Geez,
Trayvon Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon. Okay, what a great performance he put out. I don't think, did he miss a 3? As soon as it released it, it looked like it was going in. But I'm sure Coach Waters feels that, hey, it's good to play and practice, have against somebody else than himself too. You get tired of beating up on yourself and all that, and we're a little different, but what we do is we make them maybe work at certain phases of their game that they might not be able to do in practice and so forth.
Coach, despite coming out and playing your game how you wanted to, you had the Vikings kind of run everything, first half, and I guess your downfall was you guys started getting to a running gun kind of game, and you started throwing the balls away.
Yeah.
How well did you guys come up, and then
we had a ton of turnovers. But let's face it, that was because of those guys in the green and white uniforms. They get up into you defensively, and they caused a bunch of those. We didn't have anybody that really to even dream of getting closer in that. So you got to have a couple kids with hot hands, especially from the perimeter. You got to knock in a few in that. I think about 3 years ago we got a little closer, but it was a slower tempo. But we threw in a couple of threes, and we didn't do that. This evening. I don't think anybody shot the ball well from the perimeter for us in that. So that's like walking the plank right there. If you don't have something to hold on to, because you're not going to beat them with an inside game, that's for sure.
You've played Gary just about every year here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been about 4 or 5, thanks to their great athletic director, Mr. Reed back there. And it's been a nice, it's been a wholesome game for us.
You've got a sharp eye. How does this team, and it's ridiculously early, but how does it compare to some of the other teams, Cleveland State teams you played in?
Yeah, you know what, I think it's so early, Dave, that, I'm just looking at, I think they're experimenting a little bit. And but there's some kids that really stepped up well for them. You know what, one thing Cleveland State isn't known for is really having a good perimeter, game usually. If you look at the last few years and so forth, they didn't have, well, I tell you what, if anything, they look like, they look pretty comfortable, and they hit open shots tonight. Which was, I thought if you looked the way the game started in the beginning, they missed a lot of chip-ins, right in the paint, and their best offense really probably came from around the arc tonight. it looked like that, you know, especially like in that second half. So that's one thing I'm sure he's, you know, Coach has to be smiling about, is that, you know, that he's got some guys, you know, you obviously know Cole can shoot the ball, and, you know, Hammond's, you know, they were tough, boy, you know, so that's a positive thing. Well, you know, how do you replace a Bullock? How do you replace yeah, don't know, you know, but, yeah, I'm sure they'll be happy with what.
And what's your frame of mind going into Sundays?
Our first game?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we're optimistic, you know, I mean, I would like to think that, you know, we're probably farther ahead of a lot of other Division III schools just because of our returners and that. And we're still healthy.
Yeah.
So that's another big thing. And
Yeah, 12
you know,
kids back or 13.
well, our top 12 kids are
Yeah,
back.
so
Our
that's
top
fine.
12 kids are back. So, yeah, you know what? I don't know. Just we're gonna roll the dice and find out. Who knows? It's difficult to say anything. Yes.
Last thing that I is kind of on a sidebar here. How was, you know, you played Cleveland State tonight, which, you know, also gets your name out there. But how was it talking to Bruce before the game and you know, talking about where your program is hopefully going?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I hope it stays where it's been for, you know, they keep hiring me back, I don't know. Shit, I'm happy about that. You know, you're always trying to take it to another level, but, you know, in Division III basketball, I don't know how many people realize it, it's actually more difficult to get into an NCAA tournament. There's over 100 more Division III schools than are Division I. I mean, the probability of making an NCAA tournament and running it is, odds-wise, is harder. Okay, so, I mean, we're really proud of the number of times we played in the NCAA and our finishes there. I mean, you know, hopefully this economy will change, and, you know, the first three, you know, we'll get a, you know, the coaching staff will get a raise eventually. But, you know, it's not good in this economy even to do well. It's nobody prospers, believe me. But, you know, that's how it is, though. You know, that's how it is. But, you know, I mean, we're delighted. Our conference, there's a lot of parity. You know, it beats you up pretty good. You know, there's so many factors. You know, you're always one sprained ankle away from mediocrity all the time in this profession. So we'll just have to wait and see. And you
So
know,
should I suggest the headline in the paper tomorrow? JCU loses Moran demands raise.
I tell you, you won't have to twist the arm too
Oh,
far,
no.
believe me. You know, as we get up there and that. But like I said, it's again, we're delighted, you know, to be able, and I'm glad that we gave them a competitive exhibition. That's the biggest thing, is that you know, we feel that we went out there and we made their kids work too, and you know, that's what it's all about. You know, so hopefully they're a little better tonight than they were this morning.